In my last video, I reviewed this Wild Willies beard straightener. And at the end of that video, I talked about two other beard straighteners I had on hand. Tame the Wild and Arkam. Let's dive in and check these out. All right guys, so in our last video, we checked out this Wild Willies beard straightener. I really like this product, low profile, very easy, plug and play kind of thing. So go check it out, see how it worked on my beard and see if it's something you might be interested in. And today I have those two other products that I also mentioned in that video. I have this Tame the Wild as well as this Arkam. So one of the interesting things is now that we're gonna be comparing these two products, I'm starting to notice that these are a lot more similar than I thought when I first purchased them. Obviously the branding looks totally different when you're looking at these, but when you start to look at the product specs and you start to look at the instructions of how these actually operate, they're very similar. Both of them come with a case now. Both of them come with a beard comb, and this one comes with an extra moisturizing soap. One of the things that's out there in the beauty industry that many people don't realize is something called white labeling. Someone will come up and they'll all of a sudden have a product, it'll have their name on it, their branding, all that kind of thing. They don't have the ability to go out there and make the product themselves, but somebody is manufacturing it and willing to sell it to somebody who wants to put their branding on it. They then provide it to them, and then that brand sells the product. All right, so let's jump in here. I'll open up the Tame the Wild beard straightener first. We'll take a look at that. Open this up, slide this out. All right, take this off. So here's the one from Tame the Wild. You can see Tame the Wild on the back. Okay, right off the bat, we got that swivel, and it looks like we got a power, a plus, and a minus. Pretty good size, good in the hand, good grip. So this came with the instruction manual. So we're gonna put this one off to the side. And now we're gonna open up this Arkam and see what's going on here. So here's the Arkam, factory sealed. Boop. And this one has a case, which is nice. Let's open up the case. So I guess inside of this one, this is the one that comes with the comb. Let's get this Arkam comb. That's interesting. So this is the cover on the last one. This is the same cover on this one. And so let's look at this right now. So we got the swivel. And take this off again of this one. That's the back. Now I'm gonna turn it to the front for you. And you tell me if it's different. Does it look pretty much the same? You know, even up to those screws right there in the front. There's two screws and then the divots in between there. So we got this outside layer, and then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one has the perimeter, same one, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just looking at it, I haven't plugged it in yet, so let's not jump to conclusions, but just looking at it, I would say that these are pretty damn close to being identical. The only difference is the marketing of the name on it, the branding of the name, and adding of the color on that inner part. So they added blue, they went with black on this one. Also what's different, what's interesting is one says the voltage is 110 to 240. 110 to 240 volts. This one says 100 to 240 volts. Even down to the strap. Same straps. It's probably gonna be really hard to see, but they have the same exact cord that's in there. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna plug these in. I'm gonna see what they show on there. So here's the Arkam. I am going to hold this here and I'm going to plug this in. Okay, it says off, okay? Let's go to the instructions that they both said. Plug in the straightener, the LED display will illuminate the word off. Yes. To turn the straightener on, press and hold the on and off button for 2 seconds. Okay, 1, 2, okay. So we just turned it on, right? Oh. And it's starting to go up. So let's see how high this thing goes before it stops. All right, 355, we're at 355. You know what's funny is I just realized I'm using the Arkam and I'm reading the instructions for Tame the Wild, and I didn't even realize it, and it's doing exactly what it says on Tame the Wild. Now I have the Arkam because the instructions are on the back of the box. Let's go off of those instructions and see if it actually does the same thing. So I'm gonna raise this up to 375, like that. Really up here, it feels a lot warmer than down here. I'm gonna pull out the temperature gauge in a minute, and we're gonna take a look at that, see if it changes from the bottom. As I get towards the top. This definitely is feeling like it's a lot hotter back here. Way hotter than I was getting off of that Wild Willies. This is only at the 375. If I push it up to the 450, I'm sure it's gonna get really hot. That's not something that I really like. I don't really wanna push it any higher than 375 just on how I'm feeling it. So I'm gonna put this to the side for the moment. I'm gonna shut this off. So I'm just gonna hold this for 2 seconds. Should turn off. All right, guys, so I know you think you're looking at the same one I just had, but this is the Tame the Wild. That was the Arkam. I'm gonna plug this in and we're gonna see if it starts off the same way. See if we get that off. All right, power it on. See how this one starts, if it starts that going up. And it looks to be starting the same exact way as the other one where it starts counting up. And let's see if this one stops at 355, just like that Arkam did. We stopped at 355, same as we did on this one. On the Tame the Wild one, I'm seeing lock. Tame the Wild goes up to a temperature, it looks like it locked. This is the Arkam. The Arkam is not locking. Tame the Wild is locking. So you press twice on the power button and then you can move through these temperatures. So we got 250, 265, 285, 300, 320, 340, 355, 375, 390, 410, 430, and 450. A lot of different temperature ranges that are on this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it back to that 355 because I really wanna see that temperature. I didn't notice this before, but now that I see this part, there must be some extra heat or something coming off of that part, and I think that's a way to distribute the heat differently. Just a theory. Definitely a lot hotter than this Wild Willies was. I would not want this to touch my skin. I would not want this under the neck. So let me get back to this Arkam and see if it had the same range in temperature that we just saw on this Tame the Wild. 250, 265, 285, 300, 320, 340, 355, 375, 390, 410, 430, and 450. And if my memory recalls, that sounds almost identical. So based on all these features that you guys are seeing, I mean, you make up your own mind here. This is the two right next to each other. This is the back. These are the front. You can see how the buttons play. You can see the swivel cords on the bottom. Hopefully I'm not blurring out this whole video. The key test though is what's this gonna do on my beard. I'll put Tame the Wild on this side and the Arkam on this side, and we'll see what happens, how I like it, if it's too hot, or if it actually feels good. We're at 355. Let's start it off there and just see what happens. And this beard has been cleaned. You know, I took a shower. This is the part where I don't wanna put that near my neck. Hold it in there a little bit longer. Ooh. You could just go like this, right? When you get to that bottom part, it feels like you want to get more of it. I have to kind of like push into my neck anyways and dig in there, which I really don't want to do. You kind of want to get under it, but at the same time, you don't want the side hitting your neck. And I feel like every time I'm going in there, I'm being gentle, but it's slightly getting in there and it's not comfortable. Hopefully this is looking halfway decent. I do not want to go higher on the temperature. This is as hot as I want it to be. So I'm gonna leave this here right now. This is where it's at. I don't know how much more straight it looks to you guys than it was before, but this is getting really warm on my skin. I can really feel it. This does go down to 250. I am starting in the middle, which says it's for normal hair. For the Arkam, they're describing it as the fine and light hair would be 250 degrees Fahrenheit. Normal to wavy hair would be 375 degrees Fahrenheit, and thick and curly hair would be 450 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's go to the other side, stick with 355 on the Arkam, see how it does on this side, and see if it feels the same or different than this 355 on the Tame the Wild. So we have the Arkam, we're at 355 right here. That was hot. That was hot. I must have turned it into my cheek a little bit, but that was very hot. That one got me. So this is the look that these two beard straighteners got for me. I do not beard straighten all the time. So for me, you know, I'm good to go right now. If I was doing this every day and I was using this kind of heat on my beard, yeah, I would think that something should be put in the beard to nourish it more, to keep yourself safe from doing damage to the hair with excessive heat. So what I want you guys to do is leave a comment below on what you think of these products. Do you think these are the same? Do you think they're different? Do you think I'm missing something? Is there something here I'm not seeing? Let me know in the comments below. If you have questions for the Arkam brand or the Tame the Wild brand, a lot of the times they'll reach out, they might answer some questions. You know, I'm more than happy to go on, have discussions with Tame the Wild, with Arkam, with anyone who wants to about their product, so we feel more confident in their brand, what they're presenting to us, what they represent, as long as you like what you're getting. If it's a quality product, if you're getting the right pricing, if it works for you, there's nothing wrong with it. It's when you feel that maybe you didn't understand what you were getting, or you felt like someone's telling you a story that doesn't match up to what you're getting, that's when sometimes there needs to be clarification, and you can have that transparency between the customer and the brand, and they can both grow, you know, harmoniously into the future. So here at Groom Reviews, we've always been honest reviews. We get you comfortable, confident, and clean in grooming. A lot of people won't talk about this stuff. Someone wants to just sell this product or sell this product. I want to tell you what's going on here. All right, guys, I appreciate you guys sticking with me and watching this full review. I know there's a lot of things we went through there. My preference out of the three here, out of the Arkam, Tame the Wild, and the Wild Willies, would be this Wild Willies. These two are definitely a little bit too hot for me. The 12 different temperature ranges, I personally don't need that. It's nice to know you have all those options, but when the temperature is within 20 degrees Fahrenheit difference, I really don't think you need that many. I think it just gets confusing. Give me the ones that are the go-tos, and let's go with that. I prefer the Wild Willies as far as the heat distribution. Also, as far as how I like to comb the beard, I like to be able to put my hand back here, you know, and comb through it. Some people can't really do that. Their hands are sensitive, or it could be too hot for them. These ones heat up my hand, just too much for comfort. All right, guys, so that's my honest review of this Arkam and Tame the Wild beard straightener. As I said, go check out the video on this Wild Willies beard straightener that we did last time. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed the content, if you enjoyed this honest opinion of these products, give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I appreciate you guys being here, and I'll catch you next time. Is it me, or is it getting hot in here? It's starting to sweat. Holy moly. The heat coming off these two is a lot. Like, this room is warm right now. I am sweating. For those of you, come on. For those of you who found these reviews, for those of you, you can also check us out on Amazon.com/shop/groom reviews, where we have many different reviews.